Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, and I'm back here with another Minecraft video. And I'm going to give you guys a few tips and tricks on how to survive on hardcore survival. Because as you know, I've got a little series going on of my own of, trying to survive hardcore survival. So I'm going to do everything I can to teach you guys how to do the same thing. So if you want to see more Minecraft content, just make sure to stay in tune with me and so we can ride together and see what happens. Now, once you get a bed made with your planks and your wood, once you've killed sheep, that's going to be the first thing. You want to make sure you get a bed made. And then I would go down in like a cave at a safe distance, try to be as safe as you can when you do it. Get you some stone. Get you a couple stacks of stone made. And like I said, watch out for mobs. And as you can see, we've got some copper right here. And copper is important. I think it's a really good resource to start with. I see a skeleton down there. It's a really important resource to start with because you only need 24 ingots to make a full set of armor. And if you've got full copper armor, a shield, and like a stone sword, you'll be relatively okay. But you're going to want to try and get that made and get some coal as soon as possible. And you can do this all within your first night. It's very obtainable. It's very, very easy to do. And then, once you've got your stone, you're going to want to make, your crafting table, get you a furnace made, and then you're going to want to get a couple stone materials that you can make. And then, like I said, within reason, within your safety, you're going to want to mine and try and get some iron, some coal, and some copper. Resources that can get you started. Now, the next thing I want to go over, while you're getting started, how many of you have gotten killed by creepers? I'm sure just about all of us. So, one quick way to not die to them, there's a couple ways. You can either build up blocks in front of you, and they won't really kill you, and you'll be relatively safe. But you just have to make sure you do it a certain way, because sometimes they might try to go around it. As you see right there, he tried to go around it. Which this way, and I think this way is more reliable. It's just my opinion. You can go the route with the shield. So as you can see, when one's approaching you, you might just be mining or whatever. You just throw your shield up, and it won't kill you. Which I prefer the shield method. You can build 2 blocks in front of it if you want to. But like I said, I prefer the shield method. It's just so much better. Another thing I want to go over is you're probably not going to have a permanent structure and foundation as you're starting, but it's important to get something built, something small with a crafting table, a bed, some chests, and a furnace, so that way you have something to start with. Once you've done those other steps I've told you, get some food resources, get a bed built, get a few stacks of wood, stacks of stone, and like I said, you can get iron, you can get a full set of copper and some iron tools. Hell, you could probably even get a full set of iron armor in the first day or so. It's not hard. And then the next thing I want to jump into is mining. And when you're mining, this is just my opinion, you're going to want to mine down like this, like in a stair style. Don't ever go straight down. That's like a recipe for disaster. Never go straight down. So basically, if I can demonstrate real quick, like you want to mine like this. Just make sure you're building down, or going down, and when you do this, it keeps you from falling in front of mobs, or falling to your death, or falling into lava, you name it. And this is just the safer way to do it. And then make sure you put torches on the side while you're doing it as you're going down, so the mobs won't spawn in dark places. That would be really important to do while you're caving or trying to mine. Another important thing I want to cover is once you do finally find a cave, you're going to want to build some type of like stair structure. Once you get down there, as you see here, you kind of got a little bit of a stair structure, so you can get up and out, in and out safely. And that leads me into my next step. Now you see how I've got these little wood planks with signs? You will get lost in these caves if you're not careful. So if you put 2 wood planks like this, and then you put like path, and you like label which path number it is, you'll be able to navigate your way. And you're going to want to place torches, see, as you're exploring, You're going to want to place torches, and then as you see, we found some more iron. You're just going to want to place, it's just so much safer, just so you don't get lost or you don't lose track of where you are. It'll help you out a lot. And it just helps you navigate your way a little bit better. And then whenever you get down in these caves, this is a really important one. This is one that I like to do. You're going to want to, like I mentioned with the path signs, you're also going to want to build a little structure. Just with the simple stuff, put a couple torches, put a bed, and put a furnace, and, you know, go ahead and get your iron in there, melted down, and a crafting table. Just simple stuff. Just build a structure in case, or if you get chased by mobs, you can hide in the structure, you can do what you need to do, and you will be good to go. And also important to note, and there's a zombie right there. Important to note too when you're mining materials is also you want to make sure as well that you're using the right pickaxe or the right material. You're gonna need stone for the iron ore. You can use wood for the coal ore. You need iron for gold. You need iron for redstone as well. You just want to make sure you use the right materials so you know you don't waste materials, you don't waste your finds, and that way you know you're just more efficient. This is something important that I want to go over as well. So this is going to be going through the Nether and like just a couple little tricks to get into the Nether. I won't get into the Nether too much. Not yet, because this is just like a beginner's guide, and we can get more into that in another video. But this next part will be how to survive in the Nether. This next part I want to get into is when you go ahead and decide you're ready for the Nether. You can actually save some obsidian by doing this. You can just put the corners as dirt blocks, and it'll just save you some obsidian because you might need it later on for other things. And then as you jump into the Nether, make sure you have a gold helmet on, because if you have a gold helmet on, the piglins won't swarm you and attack you, and you can actually trade with them. Another thing I would recommend early on in the game, before you start building your base, is if you can find a village first and just inhabit that village, it would probably be better. They also have some loot usually in these houses that can help you out a lot. Like if you go up to this chest, you see it's got some food, which can come in handy. It's usually got some materials. They've got beds and stuff like that. And as you see, we're in a snow biome. You're going to want to be careful in those so you don't fall through the light. You know those snow blocks that you can fall through and all that? You're going to want to really be careful of those. And also the reason you're going to want to be in a village is because you can trade with the villagers. So if you do that, you know, you can get some materials and stuff. But emeralds, in my opinion, are kind of hard to find. So I guess you could, you know, take that with what you will. But, you know, that's another thing you're going to want to do at the start. That's what I did in one of my worlds. And it can really be beneficial for you.